Welcome to Friday night's edition of End the Simpademic. This is Jason. I got a fun one here for everybody tonight, and I want to talk about a certain 72-year-old Hall of Fame football or future Hall of Fame football coach. That would be the 72-year-old Bill Bellichick. Now, if you've been watching the news at all lately, as far as even sports media is concerned, you do realize that the 72-year-old man is dating a 24-year-old lady, girl, woman, whatever you want to call her. And I'm seeing a lot of commentary out there about how gross this is, about how disturbing it is. I have a completely different take on this, given the way the dating scene is going these days. I'm going to start with this. You take a look at Bill Bellichick. If he randomly approaches even a 60-year-old or a 55-year-old woman on the street, what do you think the reaction would be? Well, it's probably going to be the same as what's happened to a lot of us guys. He's not 6 foot tall. He's not, he has a lot of money, but at the same time, he can flatly tell people right now that his salary is zero because he's retired. And he's not the ultimate picture of physical health either at this point. Although I would say he's not in terrible shape by any means, but you're 72 years old. You look like a frumpy guy like he does. And if you were to approach a woman closer to his age out there in the public, it's going to be just as bad for him as it has been for most of us. And as I understand it, he met this girl at random. They were seated next to each other on a flight from Boston to Miami, and they started talking. She was in school. She was talking about a philosophy assignment, and they just kind of took off from there. Now, I don't know if she knew who he was before this conversation happened. Given that she's from the Boston area, it's highly likely she did. But, even if she did, I'm sure she didn't make a big deal out of it. And as far as the gold digger accusation is concerned, I'm sure there's a healthy balance on this one. It looks to me like, she knows that he was the former head coach of the New England Patriots. Probably, has a lot of money as a result. However, this is somebody who, before she met him, had graduated from cosmetology school and was working on her own career at the time. This is not somebody who's out there looking for a bag per se. She just happened to stumble into one, basically. And so I'm not going to blame Belichick for doing this. I'm going to actually applaud him, because he's out there living the dream in a dating world where women will not take a second look at him because he's just, 72-year-old, basically kind of frumpy looking old guy. Unless they know who he is, unless they know if he has, unless they know that he's a multimillionaire probably several times over, they are not going to give him the time of day. They're going to say, "Oh, I have a boyfriend," or, stop approaching me, you creep. Meanwhile, these same women are accusing him of being a creep for taking the 24-year-old girlfriend, and to which I say, given the way women treat men these days, I can't blame him. In fact, I applaud him. I think he's just exhibit A of how modern day older women function. And, he has grown children of his own. If he wanted to have more children, it's actually possible for him now, because there's no real time limit on men having children, other than in my case, because I've actually had the fix done and I've had the snip, so I can't have any more children. But if he wants to, as far as I'm concerned, if he has the energy for it, if he has the patience for it, you do you. I applaud him for doing what he's done and basically exposing, middle-aged and older women for what they are. And that is just, bitter souls who are just jealous that they couldn't get the bag that his girlfriend got. And you know what? Live your best life. Do you do you. I have to salute him for pulling this off. And it seems like she actually got him on Instagram, and he jokingly once said in a press conference, he's like, "Oh, I don't do InstaFace." And it was just kind of funny because, obviously that's a portmanteau of Instagram and Facebook. But, she's gotten him on social media now, and they're together on Instagram, and it's kind of funny to watch given what I remember from that particular press conference. He's like, "I don't do InstaFace." It's so anyway, this is pretty it's a cool story, I think. And I just think it just shows that the younger women out there are just more positive, a lot more joyful, and a lot more energetic. If I'm fortunate enough to have a future somebody, again, I'm not focused on it, but my age target right now is somewhere between 35 and 45. I'm 52. You do the math. So I'm looking for somebody who's not going to be necessarily a mother figure, but I'm also going to be looking for somebody who is younger and can be a true partner. So I'm not looking, for a Bellichick style age gap, but it is considerable. So anyway, I salute the former Patriots coaching great on this, and I think he's, I applaud him. He's obviously doing well. I've seen some of the pictures. They're obviously, quite happy together. I don't think he has to do a whole lot to... She doesn't strike me as a very high maintenance gal, and I think that's the best most of us can hope for as guys. So anyway, salute to Bill Bellichick, former future Hall of Fame coach of a team that I grew up despising. I'm a Denver Broncos fan, so naturally I didn't like the Patriots. But anyway, this is Jason with the Simpademic. I'm gonna try to find something else interesting and charming for tomorrow. Again, I'm kind of doing these one at a time as I run into my thoughts in my social media feeds on a daily basis. So I will see you all sometime tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure what time it's going to be yet. I'm actually not working from home this weekend. I am taking the 2 days off that I have here. So I'm going to just be resting up, getting charged up, and watching some Sunday football of my own, and having a good time. And I just appreciate the few people who have followed me and have watched this. Share your thoughts in the comments if you happen to agree with me, but I thank you all very much. It's my tiny following that I have at this point, but I'm thankful for each and every one of you. And you all have a good night. Be kind to each other, and don't drink and drive.